Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 3rd of July 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Today I'm going to highlight three currencies that have given ground against the US dollar, but perhaps for different reasons. First of all, the Chinese yuan. Now, we talked about engineered easing in the Chinese currency, perhaps as a surreptitious trade war tool. Now, the yuan eased again yesterday to an 11th-month low, down by 0.61% against the dollar, now down by more than 2% over the prior week. And that surely will start to flag up on the US Department of Treasury's radar. The Mexican peso gave ground yesterday on the back of election results, down by around 0.4% against its US counterpart, trading above 20 again at 20.0273 shortly before we recorded the video. And the South African rand, also on the slide, down by another 0.4% yesterday, and heading towards that 14 level, trading at 13.8754. Shortly before we recorded the video, down by almost 2.5% over the prior week. For its part, the dollar pretty unmoved. 94.90 is dollar index, down actually on the day by 0.14%. So if anything, it suggests that it's these softness in these currencies that we're seeing rather than any kind of overall dollar strength. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. A pretty busy calendar, though not too much in the way of high impact data. We've had some figures out of Australia already this morning. At 1:30 GMT, we had building permits month on month and year on year for May. But at 4:30, the real meat on the bones, the Reserve Bank of Australia interest rate decision and rate statement, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. To come at 8:30, we'll have PMI construction data for June out of the UK, and at 9 o'clock, a combination of producer price index data for May and retail sales data for May out of the Eurozone. We jump forward then to 13:30 and cross over the Atlantic to Canada for the market manufacturing PMI from that country for June. We'll also have 15 minutes after that data out of the States, the ISM New York Index Business Conditions Survey for June, and also factory orders, a month-on-month number for May. At 1600, the ECB's Peter Priet will give us the day's sole central banker speech, and if you're still around in the markets around 19:30 tonight, you can see total vehicle sales data for June out of the US, and that may take on some extra significance given the likelihood of tariffs between the US and major car manufacturing nations. We'll also have at 20:30 API weekly crude stock data, and at 22:30 AIG Performance of Services Index data out of Australia, and finally at 23:01 the British Retail Consortium Shop Price Index data for June. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. And first of all, the Reserve Bank of Australia has left interest rates unchanged in the country at plus 1.5% for the 21st month in a row. And the bank talked about gradual progress, but also flagged a list of economic concerns. China has highlighted a slowdown in exports to the USA during the first half of 2018, and the growth in those exports was down by more than 23% year over year when compared to the same period in 2017. Meanwhile, back in Europe, Angela Merkel has struck a compromise deal on immigration with her foreign minister that will allow her coalition to stay in power. I think that highlights just how fragile the politics in major European economies can be, and remains to be seen if stability is the road ahead or whether we'll see more growing pains for Angela Merkel's coalition. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Well, why not think about this? When we talk about interest rates and central banks, it's very easy for us to focus on the major players, but the table opposite looks at the bigger picture and highlights divergent monetary policy from around the world. Looking at those central banks that are cutting and those that are hiking rates, and you can see that clearly displayed here. There's lots of very useful information in this table. The current rates of interest in those countries, inflation as measured by CPI, and then the real effective central bank rate as a result of that, as well as data about the last time rates were moved in these jurisdictions. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.